By the way, Void of all people is like you always hated this arc. Like Void knows. I would like be like to Void, stop talking to me about Bill. I don't care. Like in DMs, like I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to be part of this.
What?
Remember Void? Please, Void. You have to ban him. Listen, there's something going that we're gonna felt him or something, but I don't want to hear about him. Please stop talking about him. Our Discord calls.
What?
Void, please just stop talking about him. Anything. Talk about anything in the world except for Phil. Please help me, God. I was fucking held hostage on this arc. I'm not even kidding.
Right, yeah.
I trusted Ashton, but it was like, but Ashton, does it end? Does it end? I was Ashton was Moses, 40 years in the desert, and I'm like, all right, I'm behind you. Yup, I'm behind you. You know, occasionally I would turn around, stretch, take some breaks. Oh, I'm like actually almost in tears of how horrible it was. Remember, okay, me and you are good friends. We chat a lot. We play video games, all that
That's
stuff, right?
Phil. That's right. I'm the one playing games with Andy, Phil.
Yeah, yes.
I want you to think about that
Yeah,
when you go to sleep next to your fat wife tonight.
You fucking bitch.
You nasally snorting bitch. He's mine.
And
okay, that was gay. I'm sorry.
But at the end, I mean, Psycho would be like, so about the Phil thing. What would I mean, shit, no, it's my day off. My day off. I don't need to talk about Phil. I'm not legally obliged to talk about. You're like, okay, all right, right? Am I exaggerating at all?
No.
Please, God, please, Lord.
All right, so I got it off my chest. Anyway.
Oh, you know, bald crackhead lives with his mom, Efsler, snake bastard. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He gave his last fucking $2 to DSP today to talk to Ralph. Yes, that's right. The fucking loser snake who snaked on me because I didn't play Call of Duty with him one night when he was in the server that he could have entered, who snaked and lied and made claims. Who's a literal
I already mentioned that, QQ. I already mentioned that. Sorry, go ahead.
Who literally sold crack. Remember when he was living in the trap house and sold crack?
Yeah. No, I remember that.
You know, that fucking guys, you know who I'm talking about. Fucking CRYLER, the Efsler bitch, loser, who's, oh, dude, he gave his last $2. Please, guys, DSP. Fucking living with his mom, had an autistic spurg out. Had a literal autistic spurg out and was fired from the job at the bookstore.
Oh no, Andy, you forget he was on
administrative.
He was on administrative leave, paid administrative leave from a bookstore for 3 months.
Not Phil sold CRYLER, a fucking loser sold crack. And had these trap house. I thought it was cool, and did poppers in the RV so you could fucking smoke meth and have gay sex with fucking, what's his name, fucking JJ. And then I ended
JJ and Chicken, and
I ended. Hey, why did Twisted Mind end? Because he was fucking a meth head on an RV having gay sex with people. Fucking loser.
I mean, when his excuse was, no, I was spraying the poppers on them, and it, because it's aerosol, it came back in my face, and I got high off of it.
I was pretending to sniff the poppers and smoke crack.
It's like you were pretending to sniff the gay butt sex drug. Okay.
Buddy. Is he really a heroin addict or just talk? I'm pretty sure it's crack or something, like... I mean, he's the biggest drug addict ever. Like he turned his girlfriend into a fucking junkie, and then she fucking was sick of her life and fucking hung herself.
Man.
And then the parents didn't want to invite him to the funeral because they knew it was his fault that she hung herself. You know what? I'll just say that. I'll just leave that there. His girlfriend hung herself because he turned her into a fucking dirty junkie. He left for fucking 2 years, pops back in, and she was there, and I knew her before, and she was a clean girl, and she was all junkied out because of him. And then she fucking hung herself. And apparently the suicide note wasn't sent to KYLER or read to him, and the parents blamed him for her death. So he was obviously he was obviously in the suicide note. There. That's what I'll say about KYLER. Holding that in for a bit, but I'll just put down. I'll put that down there. All right? He's a fucking dirty bitch. There.
Me and those casino guys have a
there's only so long. There's only so long you can pity a guy, you know.
Yeah, fucking actual autist.
And a sub from Knuckle Supper. Let's go.
Stutter. He stutters so bad, and this is from a stutterer because he's a retard and he lives with his fucking mom and grandma and has no job and used his mom's fucking He used his fucking mom's, not welfare money. What is it? Disability money to buy and whatever other drugs he does, which I'm pretty sure it's some pretty hard shit, like heroin and stuff, and to give DSP $2.
Jesus Christ.
And I was giving that guy charity every day, crying, oh, life's rough. I'm going to kill myself. No, don't kill yourself. Holy shit, and he has a stutter. Yeah, Rodimus Prime, my stutter's pretty much gone. But anyway, I just thought I'd say because people have been asking me about him and stuff and crackhead. There you guys go.
You know, it's like, was it worth it, bud?
Well, the thing was, we hung out with him 4 hours hearing him fucking cry about how he hates life. And I'm like, I'm heading to bed. And then I noticed everyone else in the Discord, like Zyzer, like everyone's there playing Call of Duty. We used to have that Call of Duty Discord. So I jumped back in there. And he took it as an offense, thinking I thought I was annoyed by hearing him yap, which I actually was, but I was still there. And that I said I was heading to bed and I lied to him. The thing was, he was in that Discord and could have easily jumped in and played Call of Duty with us. But he was always the lowest. He'd always have, remember, 1 kill, 100 deaths, because he was just cracked out the whole time and couldn't focus. And he's with no job and broke and lives with mommy.
Wild to hear Andy's pure disdain. Look, man.
Everyone's disdained that guy. Everyone.
I mean...
loser bum. I'm so happy he's out of my life, guys. Holy shit. Like, oh, thank you. Thank you for and he went full FG. He went beyond FG. He went like anyway, I'm so happy he's out of my life. I'm actually he's the first guy in my life. I'm happy Snake to me. I'm like, oh thank God. Oh like we had a fucking party after he fucking fucked off. Please, guys.
Chemistry. We do.
He carries for Adolf. Oh,
that's
okay. So he's hanging out with a furry pedophile. I'm not shocked though. KYLER's that kind of guy. Right? Yeah.
And it's weird because we
free at last. Anyway,
never had even spoken with each other.
No more fucking charity from Andy. Explain the story. I just explained it. Like there's literally nothing else to explain. I mean, what else is there to explain, Psycho?
There's only so much pity you can have for a guy before it's like, all right, the best thing to do for you is to leave you alone and let you figure it out all on your own. And that was too much for him. So I don't know.
Yeah. Holy. Anyway, me and the boys are happy he's gone.
Even a week ago.
He's like the Persip or the fucking for PvP or the failure Alec. You know what I mean? He's like these guys who you bring in and going, okay, they got something, I guess.
Well,
and then they just realize they're fucking like losers.
Well, you know, Rodimus, that's the thing, right? Is, you know, he did all these big streams where he's talking about Andy and let me go over his lore and his secrets and let me shit on Psycho and shit on Osier and shit on everybody who's in that Discord and let me talk about Flaked and talk about, you know, all this. And it's like, okay, you go back, you check the metrics. He got 100 views, it doesn't even, and he made like $5.
And all the clips on Twitter, and it's just like, okay, well, all right, crackhead KYLER. Like, KYLER was on Kratom. Yeah, but he wasn't just on Kratom. This guy sold crack to fucking kids in a
Jelly
trap
Cube.
house.
He used to be Bone Zone. And another thing, he would always talk about, you know, oh, I miss doing Bone Zone. Bone Zone was great. Everybody loved Bone Zone. And it's like, yeah, do that again. Like, what? You did it once before, you can do it again, right, bud? Like stop crying all the time. Just do something, anything that's your own.
Kenson goes, so why did you suffer this junkie? Well, he would pass out on stream drunk or on Kratom every fucking day. And when he went, and I wanted to end the show because it sucked. And I was like, oh, this fucking sucks. And then he went to the RV, right, to smoke meth and crack and do all this junkie shit, right? And you could see it on him. And by the way, the junkies kicked him out because he sucked so bad. By that time, I had quit the show, and PPP's like, hey, you and I don't like each other. Let's do a show together. And I went, that's a great idea. And ever since then, he held disdain for PPP and I because we weren't successful. When him and I couldn't break 100 viewers, because every time I tried having an interesting thought or say anything, it was talking about like SNES games from like 80 this stuff, and he would just go on and he wouldn't shut up, and he was taking Kratom and Pat. Anyway, so that's it. No, L1 Gaming, the fucking KYLER, yeah. Anyway, that's my story with him because, you know, yeah, whatever.
You know, so I agree, Soynick, and, you know, I'm right there with you. You know, there was a lot of Twisted Mind that was great, a lot of it that was fun, but
there's moments, of course.
You know, the show ended because it wasn't successful anymore. Andy moved on and found something infinitely more successful, and, you know, Buddy just sat there and decayed and did nothing, and then it's like, oh well, you know, you left me behind for PPP, and it's like, well, yeah, of course he did.
And then
look at how big his show is now, bud.
And then I offered him. This is the last thing I'm going to say.
That was the worst part. That was the worst part.
This is the last thing I'm going to say about him, and then he's done out of my life. People have been asking me nonstop. Here's the lore. I'm not going to bring this up ever again because he's a junkie, dirty. I don't have to even waste my words on him because he's an actual brokey who's going to kill himself any day now. And, you know, I hope he doesn't, but he will. You know what? I don't give a fuck, actually. How about that? But here's the thing. It's the last thing I'm going to say about him. The last thing I did before he snaked on me for no fucking reason, for Call of Duty, I offered him a job to learn how to work on Unreal 5. And I gave him money. And he goes, Andy, I appreciate this. I not get high on the days that I'm going to, you know, help you or learn Unreal 5. The next fucking day, all you have to do is learn. Not even make a game. Learn. All he fucking did the next day, he was MIA for 3 days because he went into a junkie spiral. Like literally like Jesse from fucking Breaking Bad at his like lowest. And then I was just fucking done. Now let's move on. There it is, guys. He likes to open his mouth once in a while, and there you could go. There's your little slap down, you little broke fucking junkie fucking F-slur. Done.
Right?
Oh, yeah. And by the way, he talks about subculture and how he wrote for it. He didn't write a single script. It was me who wrote the scripts. I tried hiring him to finish a script, and I had finished 10 scripts, and he was still on the Final Fantasy VII. And by the way, his writing is worse than AI's writing. It's worse than a high schooler's level writing. That I was like, this is unacceptable, and we're not making a video with this script. He acts like he was part of the fucking editing or anything. He didn't do a single thing for that channel. Crackhead loser. Ready? Let's move on.
Yeah, Bibble bad.
All of a sudden, we just realized we.
Bibble was better than KYLER. I'll say right now.
I mean,
me and Bibble
you
got
guys,
into it, and he was a snake at the end. But he actually like had ideas and voiced shit. You know,
before you guys did the icebergs, you know, at least he was.
No, even the iceberg, he still voiced. Eventually, he fucked off and was lazy. But he did more work than KYLER ever did in his entire life, and that's why he has no job and lives with mommy. And he's a crackhead.
And yes, Bergzerker.
And he's so
but
salty.
It's okay.
Well,
we don't have to deal with Bibble anymore. He's dead.
It's not salty. It's when you give someone charity for fucking years of their life. You give this guy charity for the years of your life, and then he just like stakes you, and he's like, okay, have fun, you know, like have fun. Thank you. I appreciate that. Bibble's not dead.
No, he's not actually dead. He just like he just fucked off and never came back, you know?
Yeah. Bibble's just he died of AIDS.
He died of it. Yeah, he kept talking to everybody about how he was a proud gay trans man.
Sorry. You know, okay. We're gonna move on from that. Okay, cool.
Right. Sorry.
Is